Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Aquatic Ballpark, live and exclusive on ABSN. You're watching the final round of the New South Wales State League. We're into the second grade competition. The Manly Eagles against the Blacktown Workers. We'll go through the starting lineups for you. Firstly, with the Blacktown Workers, the visitors today. Leading off will be the centre fielder, Andrew Erickson. Left fielder in the 2-hole, the former Manly Eagle, Atsuki Okamoto. Chris Thebridge will play third base. Dylan Clark at shortstop. Blake Price catching. Lachlan Fode at second base. Richie Ward at first. Michael Margerson at right field. And Stefan Simic will be the DH as Leo Matsuo gets this one underway. And it's a fly ball off the bat of Erickson straight down the throat of Adam O'Neill at centre field. And that is the first out on one pitch in this second grade game. The starting pitcher for the Blacktown Workers will be Jack Gray. And it's going to be Atsuki Okamoto. Takes the first pitch from Leo Matsuo for strike one. Second pitch there, a ball, so 1-1 for Atsuki. Excuse me. Foul ball over the broadcast booth for strike two. 1 ball and 2 strikes. That one popped up, but probably going to get out of play despite the efforts of Ashley O'Neill. Hasn't got his jet boots on to jump on top of the dugout today. Count will remain 1 ball and 2 strikes. That pitch missing down and away, so 2-2. And a foul off the end of the bat, keeping Okamoto alive. So the 2-2 pitch from Leo Matsuo. In for strike 3 on the big swing. So 2 away here in the top of the first inning. Good start by the Manly pitcher, Matsuo, getting a fly ball to start the game and then a strikeout for the second out of the inning. Chris Thebridge now. Very early on that first pitch. Slider from Matsuo. Matsuo ahead, no balls and 1 strike. And a nice curveball there from Matsuo. 0-2 now on the bridge. That pitch just missing down for ball 1. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. And a big swing and miss from the bridge for the third out of the inning. So quick inning there by Matsuo. 10 pitches on it. And the Eagles will come up with Brad Zorn, Dan Goodsorn, Ash Roberts in the bottom of the first inning. We'll bring you now the Manly Eagles lineup for today. So So Brad Zorn will lead things off for the Eagles. He'll play at shortstop. Daniel Goodsell is at second base today. Ash Roberts at first. Brendan Haythwaite in left field. Tom Butler getting the designated hitting duties today. Luke Brown in right field. Kazu Maeda gets the catching assignment. Adam O'Neill in centre field. Trent Nickel at third base. And your pitcher, Leo Matsuo. Matsuo with a 4.50 ERA on his 12 appearances on the year. 32 innings pitched, 26 hits, 19 runs, of which 16s are earned, 35 strikeouts, and 30 walks. 2 wins and 2 losses, as well as a save against his name. He was looking to finish this season off with another win. And keep Manly only one game out of what could have been a finals appearance. They won't be able to defend the title that they won 12 months ago. So it'll be Brad Zorn to lead things off. And he takes strike 1 from Jack Gray. Brad Zorn 241 on the season. 7 hits from his 29 at bats. 5 runs scored, 3 RBIs, 9 walks. Second pitch to Zorn is a ball. And that one in for strike 2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes for the Manly shortstop. And that pitch lifted up and over the fence. Extends Zorn's at bat. Count remaining 1 ball and 2 strikes. Curveball there from Gray, lifted up into the air, into right field. And that will be a catch for the first out of the bottom of the first inning. A very good afternoon to all our viewers watching in. Our final broadcast of the season for EBSN as Eagles Baseball Sports Network, as Daniel Goodsell cops one in the back, and Manly will have their first base runner of the afternoon. The Eagles officially being eliminated yesterday in the second grade competition. Ryde getting over the top of Central Coast 13-3. All 3 teams, Manly, Ryde and the Marlins, in contention for that 4th spot and the right to take on Cronulla in the minor semi-final next Sunday. But it was Ryde too strong for the Marlins yesterday, ending Manly and Central Coast season. Ash Roberts with the big swing and miss on that one. He falls behind. No balls and 2 strikes. So today it's all about finishing the season strong. Third grade not able to do that, going down 10-0 against the second placed Workers as Ash Roberts lines that ball into right field. Could have had the play on it at first base, but not able to pick it up cleanly. And the Eagles are going to have runners on first and second with 1 out. And for Wednesday night's hero in Brendan Haythwaite, knocked in the game tying RBI. In that 10-inning thriller. And there is a foul from Haythwaite. Jumping on Jack Gray early. Gray got the better of the Eagles earlier in the year out at Laybutt. Bless you, Andrew. Big swing and miss by Haythwaite on this occasion. So 0-2 for the Manly left fielder. Jack Gray going 6 innings, only 1 hit and 2 strikeouts. And a hit by pitch. And a foul on the check swing by Haythwaite. Gives him another opportunity at 0-2. This bit of rain just comes across the oval. Haythwaite with another 0-2 pitch. A pitch up for ball 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Manly had the bases loaded earlier in the season in the last inning against the Workers, but just couldn't get it done. It was Jack Gray picking up the win with his 6 innings of shutout. 1 hit shutout, and then Sam Rada and Harrison Riley got the job done in the final 2 innings of that 8-inning game. Both teams only picking up 2 hits, both committing an error, as Brendan Haythwaite goes down on strikes for the second out of the inning. And they're just not able to get runners over and in on that occasion. It was the 9 walks that hurt the Eagles. And even though they only gave up the 1 run, so the 2 runs off the bat of Chris the Bridge, it could have been a lot more. As Tom Butler pulls that over to the third baseman, the Bridge, as we talk about him. He makes a nice diving play and touches the base at third base to get the advancing Goodsell, and that will end the first inning on the Procar Automotive scoreboard. We are 0-0. So Dylan Clark grounding over to Trent Nicol at third base. So 2 pitches, 2 plays for the third baseman on either side. And the Eagles have another first pitch out. Mansuo just missing on his first 2 pitches to Dylan Price. Blake Price, rather, was the DH in Wednesday night's game. And Leo gets the swing on the 2-0 pitch. Now 2-1 to Blake Price. Takes that pitch outside. Ball 3. So Price ahead in this one against Matsuo. And misses down. For ball 4. So Workers with a runner on first and 1 out here. It was the walks that hurt the Eagles last time. And Blacktown have their first walk of the ball game here today. Lachlan Fode now for the Workers. 233 hitter in his 13 appearances. All of those starts. Has appeared in, or has started rather, every game for the Workers this season. And looks like that foul ball has got stuck up in the netting above us. 10 hits on his 43 at-bats with 5 runs scored for Lachlan Fode. So we have some light drizzling rain just passing by at the moment. Hopefully it doesn't affect our cameras too much. So we'll keep our eye on that. We thankfully are undercover. We do have our plastic bags at the ready if the rain does get any heavier. Pitch just missing away from Matsuo. Not wanting to throw anything too close to the bat of Fode. So the 1-2 coming from Matsuo. And is in for strike 3. So Matsuo with the strikeout looking for Fode. And Matsuo gets Richie Ward in the back, so Blacktown will have runners on second with 2 out here. And I'll bring up the right fielder in Michael Margerson, Wednesday night's first grade starting pitcher. Punches that first pitch foul over towards the Eagles bullpen. Matsuo's ahead, no balls and 1 strike. That pitch just missing outside. Kazumaeda just checking over at first, keeping Richie Ward close. And he gets the swing out of Margerson for strike 2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. And gets a swing again on the slider. So Matsuo gives up a walk and a hit by a pitch in the top of the second, but it gets a couple of strikeouts to finish the top of the inning, and the Eagles will come up and look to score Manly's first run of today, the final day of the New South Wales State League regular season for 2019-2020.
Try the other mic. Really? But what happened to shoot the last time we did it?
The first time we did it. No idea. At least we figured it.
But I googled it, and like heaps of people are having problems with the hotkeys and stuff. Like shift R's not working there, but it seems to do. Yeah.
Well, at least we got another way to do it. Hopefully a more reliable one.
You still got to be so quick with it, like as soon as it happens, do it, and then pick which bit it is you put to like it, and then like it's all so quick. We'll do. I reckon once you get a hang of it.
So Luke Brown will lead off for the Eagles here in the bottom of the second inning, getting the start in right field today. The under-18s were washed out yesterday, so a few of those boys are available today. Tom Butler in the designated hitter role. Mikey Meir came in and pinched hit in the third grade game. Max Milner, the relief pitcher. So plenty of opportunities for the Eagles' younger players. And it has been happening all season. So Luke Brown takes the first pitch from Jack Gray for strike 1. Gray with a 3-4 record and a 5.08 ERA. Has appeared in 12 games, 6 of them starts, 33 and 2/3 innings of work. 19 earned runs of 26 given up of 35 hits, and has 18 walks and 19 strikeouts. Luke Brown behind, no balls and 2 strikes. That ball on the ground to Fode, comes in, bounces off his leg, so Luke Brown will be aboard on the error. So Manly are going to have a base runner here in the bottom of the second inning.
Hey buddy, you take that cigarette away, thank you.
And it's going to bring up Kazu Maeda for the Eagles. Check over at first on Brown. And Jack Gray misses inside for ball 1 on Maeda. And up and in for ball 2. Maeda ahead, 2 balls and no strikes. Luke Brown taking off. High throw. Stolen base for Brown. So Manly with a runner in scoring position. And that pitch missing for ball 4. So the previous pitch was a ball. And that one also a ball. So it's a 4-pitch walk for Maeda. And the Eagles will have runners on first and second with nobody out here in the bottom of the second inning. Adam O'Neill shows bunt but pulls it back. O'Neill showing bunt again on this occasion, but pulling it back, taking strike 1. And Adam O'Neill, 222, 4 for 18, 5 runs scored. Fouls that 1-1 offering. Now a ball and 2 strikes. Lifts that one up into right field. Margerson underneath it. He will make the catch. And that'll be the first out of the inning. And O'Neill not able to move the runners over. That'll be up to Trent Nickel, who comes up to bat here in the 9 hole. Nickel taking that pitch up for ball 1. Nickel hitting 167 on the season, 5 for 30, 6 runs, 7 RBIs. Chance to add to his RBI tally here. Luke Brown standing at second base. Kazu Maeda at first. That ball's fouled off over to the right side. Two and two now for Nickel. Manly struggled to convert runners in scoring position in 3rd grade. The first opportunity here in 2nd grade. They'll be looking to break that 0-6 duck. And that pitch up for ball 3. 3 balls and 1 strike. Signalled by home plate umpire Connor Casey. Field umpire Phil Choi. And a big swing and miss by Trent Nicol. So full count here for the Manly third baseman. Brown with the lead at second. Ball 4 is in the dirt. So Nichols able to load the bases. And bring up the Manly Eagles lead off Bradley Zorn. Zorn will bat here with 1 out. Fouls that ball off down the third baseline. So Zorn behind, no balls and 1 strike. That ball hit to the shortstop for the Workers. Can't get a handle on it. And the Eagles are on the board. Not just in this second grade game, but on the day after the third grade got shut out. Dylan Clark with the error at shortstop allows Manly to take a 1-0 lead here in the top of the first inning. That run probably scoring anyway. Ball not hit that hard at Dylan Clark, so probably had taken the double play opportunity away. First pitch, Daniel Goodsall is inside for ball 1. And up for ball 2. So Goodsall hit by pitch in the first inning. There's an opportunity to drive in a couple of runs here. Trent Nicol at second base. Not Adam O'Neill. One and one now for Goodsall. That pitch down in the dirt. So 3-0 for Goodsall. 3-1 rather. And that pitch hitting Goodsall in the arm guard. So it'll be a hit by pitch RBI. Goody's second hit by pitch in as many at-bats. This one bringing in a run for the Eagles. Jack Gray is struggling to keep it in the zone. And it's going to bring a visit from Brendan Boyarski here in the bottom of the second inning.
Because the first time I did that, like how you might do this and you show you.
Ash Roberts on the ground to Dylan Clark there. And over to first for the double play. So whatever Brendan Boyarsky said to Jack Gray worked. He's out of this. Bases loaded jam on one pitch after the mound visit. But the Eagles have scored 2. And on the Procar Automotive scoreboard, they do lead 2-0.
Where's the wisdom, BJ?
Don't want to know what's there.
That took me up.
That one. You should come up. Not so much you.
But I've just heard it. What's up then? I can hear it now. What was that before? Maybe did you put that mic up a little bit? Yeah.
So Stefan Simic will lead things off here for the Workers. Top of the third inning here. And Leo Matsuo starts with the strike at the knees. Stefan Simic, the designated hitter for today's game. 273 on the season. Fouls that one off the right side. And again, Ash Roberts just not able to get there on this occasion, a little bit closer than the previous. 7 games for Simic, all starts. 6 for 22 with 3 runs and 3 RBIs. And another foul over our heads, bouncing just next to us. Matsuo getting plenty of strikes in the strike column. Working from in front. Slider in the dirt for ball 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes now for Matsuo. Not able to tempt Simic into a false swing. Fills the count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And now that high pitch will fill the count up. 3 and 2 now for Simic. Is worked back all the way from 0 and 2. And he gets Simic to foul off down the right side. For the 3-2 from Matsuo. He's away for ball 4. So, second walk. For Simic. Worked all the way back from 0-2. He leads off with a walk and turns the lineup over for Andrew Erickson. Erickson faced one pitch to start the game. Flied out to Adam O'Neill. Hitting 216 on the season. And he takes strike 1 at the knees. 8 for 37 with 9 runs. 3 doubles and 2 RBIs. 8 walks, 8 strikeouts against his name. And that pitch missing outside for ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Howls it off over the visitors' dugout. So ball and 2 strikes now for Erickson. One, 2 from Matsuo. Slider away. Don't think anyone's swung at that yet. No one's been silly enough to. Hasn't been able to put it in the right spot to get a false swing out of the Blacktown batters. Ground ball to Nickel at third. Over to Goodsall for 1. Not in time for the second out, but they do get the lead runner in the advancing Simic, and the Eagles have 1 away here. In the top of the 3rd inning, and it'll bring up Atsuki Okamoto. Leo misses away for ball 1. Atsuki and Leo teammates in the Winter Team Japan team. Enemies here in the Summit League. As Erickson is thrown out at second base. Caught stealing. Good throw by Kazu Maeda. Blocked at the base by Daniel Goodsall. And the Eagles now have 2 out here in the top of the 3rd inning. That replay brought to you by Kennard's Hire. Atsuki ahead now, 3 balls and no strikes. Matsuo with the advantage of having 2 outs in his back pocket, and he does get the swing. 3-2 now, in fact. Strike coming on the swing on the stolen base attempt, which turned into the caught stealing. But Atsuki draws the walk. 2 out walk here in the top of the 3rd. The Eagles getting the fielder's choice and the caught stealing for the 2 outs so far. And I'll bring up the 3rd baseman, Chris the Bridge. He takes the first pitch from Matsuo, puts it on the ground to Brad Saul, and with the underhand toss to Daniel Goodsall, we finish the top of the 3rd. Man, the Eagles have come up to bat with Brendan Haythwaite, Tom Butler, and Luke Brown due up in the bottom of the third.
Double play. 6, 4, 3.
Is that? And then get rid of it after the timer. Maybe like.
Maybe replay. You reckon replay 60?
Maybe could put it on top. Like. Like that, maybe.
Taking 30 rounds at the final, but bloody boat.
So Brendan Haythwaite swings at the first pitch he sees from Jack Gray, only as far as Chris the Bridge at third base, and he makes a throw across the diamond for the first out of the bottom of the third. And it's going to bring up the designated hitter Tom Butler. Butler takes the first pitch he sees for ball one. No pitch missing down for ball two. So Butler ahead. 2 balls and no strikes. And drives that ball back up the middle. Nice clean contact from the young Manly under 18 player. And he is aboard here with 1 out in the bottom of the third inning. And it's going to bring up the right fielder Luke Brown. Looking to get things going here and add to Manly's 2-0 lead. And Luke Brown unable to check his swing. So he starts with the strike. Check over at first on Butler. Brown missing on that one, so Brown behind 0-2. Butler stands at first. And that pitch up for ball one. 1 ball and 2 strikes now for Luke Brown. And Brown takes that right down the middle for strike 3. And here's the second out here in the top of the third. Jack Gray's second strikeout victim of the day. Matches 2 strikeouts from the last time these two teams met. Kazu Maeda now looking to extend the inning. Pulls the first pitch foul over the head of third base coach and second grade manager Chris Corey. Kazu walked in the previous at bat. Looking to get himself on board in any fashion here and extend this bottom of the third inning for the Manly Eagles. That pitch down for ball one. One ball and one strike now for Maeda. And a very nice caught stealing in the previous inning. Throwing out Andrew Erickson. Only hitting 130 so far on the season. But he's there for his defense and game calling behind the plate. 3 for 23 in his 11 games played this season. All of them starts. That pitch misses outside for ball two. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Oh, and that'll be in the ribs, and that'll hurt. Loud thud out of that one. He'll take his time going up to first, although it looks like it might have worn off. So Manly with runners on first and second. 2 out here in the bottom of the third inning. It's going to bring up the centre fielder, Adam O'Neill. That pitch missing outside for ball one. So Kazu Maeda without an official at bat today. 0 for 0 with a walk. A hit by pitch. So getting the job done so far. And has the caught stealing just for good measure. Adam on the ground, only as far as the pitcher, Jack Gray. Hustles over to first base and the underhand toss. And that does end the third inning on the Procar Automotive scoreboard. Your Manly Eagles 2 lead the Blacktown Workers 0.
I told boy, you come up with 2 outs, which is in 4 games. And of course some jackass decided to get on that. What bat were you using? Looks like a fucking fungo that's got that skinnier handle. A full gave me 2 jackass.
Fullback assists, yeah, don't get enough at bats to,
Benny, can you get me another chair?
Right.
We're doing an interview.
Where are these chairs?
They're all gone. Should be another one, maybe in the change room. 11 now. We'll have Centrefield camera in. If I'm getting a signal from there. Solving that, I'm just going to find you a chair. Get you in.
So Dylan Clark stepping in for the Workers, top of the fourth here in this second grade game between the Manly Eagles and the Blacktown Workers. And Dylan Clark chopping that one into his foot.
Grab one of the fold-ups from upstairs.
And Dylan Clark just shaking that one off. Bit of pain for the young shortstop. That one getting away from Matsuo. Clark getting out of the way of it. He's already suffering enough pain at the moment. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. And that slider from Matsuo, missing away and down again. So filling the count up is Matsuo. 3 balls and 2 strikes. And ball 4 missing for Dylan Clark. So again, able to work all the way back from the 0-2 hole. And he gets his base on balls. Second inning in a row. Matsuo has walked the leadoff man. And I'll bring up the catcher, Blake Price. Joining us in the broadcast booth is one of the legends of Manly baseball and life member. And he also happens to be the father of our second baseman, Daniel Goodsall. Very good afternoon to Paul Goodsall.
Thanks, Luke. Good to be here, mate.
One of our avid and loyal viewers on EBSN. Travelled down to the final game of the regular season, all the way from the North Coast. How was the trip down, Goody?
It's good, thanks, Luke. Yeah, we came down on Friday for a bit of business. Hang around for the weekend to see a few people. Catch up with the family, then back after this.
Thanks for the rains have stopped and we were able to get some baseball in
Yeah.
while you're down here.
Yeah, a lot of rain last night, well, on the Friday night as well.
Yeah, enough so that unfortunately the 18s and the Futures got washed out. So their season finishing a little bit prematurely, unfortunately. As we've got Blake Price here, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, but the ground's come up really well, hasn't it?
Yeah, the grounds crew have done an amazing job all year long. Simon Loud, Noel and Michael O'Neill, and the boys are up here also yesterday just to make sure that if third grade were still a chance that they could get that game in today, but obviously with the result of that game going ahead and then the 10-0 loss today, that was a bit all for nothing, but still the boys got to play. Blake Price going deep into this count, filling me up at 3-2 now. Goody, tell us a little bit about your history with baseball.
Well, Luke, I'm just looking at the pitcher's number there, number 91. That used to be my number when I was here.
So they haven't retired it yet?
No, but I started up here, I think, in '88. So our family's been involved up here since 1988. Yeah, it's obviously come along since 1988 with a new field put back in I think 2000 from memory. Yeah, it's progressed a long way. We had the new clubhouse built.
Yep.
Which made a big difference to everything.
Certainly adds another aspect to watching the game.
Does. Yeah, but I've coached here, washed up the cups, whatever you do.
And how did you personally get involved in baseball?
Just thought there was a need for another coach somewhere in the juniors. I've never coached Daniel's team, maybe once in third grade. But just saw a need in juniors and just progressed from there. Loved it ever since. And as you know, I still watch it now on the live stream, so it's very good. Very good we have that avenue.
Certainly made your life a lot easier rather than the Facebook updates of the last couple of years. A bit more enhanced now. You get to see things live.
Sunday lunchtime, have a barbecue, sit down, watch it. It's good. It's very good.
Get to send Daniel plenty of constructive criticism from the comfort of your lounge room.
Yeah, and even texting that afternoon.
So Blake Price drawing that walk. So back-to-back walks to Leo Matsuo brings a visit from manager Chris Corey. And let's hope his words of wisdom were as effective as his counterpart Brendan Boyarski. That's going to bring up Lachlan Fode. He struck out looking in his first at-bat. And the first pitch is pulled down to third base for a foul, 0-1. What about your playing history, Goody Senior?
We started up a team in the winter competition called the Curly Greys. And that ran for 21 years. Finished off in a grand final here. So I think we started the Curly Greys in 91 or 92. So we ran for 21 years.
I remember playing against them a couple of times in my time with the Time and Tide Reds.
Yeah.
Since come out of retirement last year with the Reds, and we'll be back with them this year when the winter season rolls around in the middle of April.
Yeah, there's certainly a lot of the team members miss playing the game, but we've reached the age where you have to stay with your family, like more family activities, grandkids, things like that. So, and then obviously some of the players moved away. It was good. Well, life. It was a father-son sort of competition. So it was good, very good.
So 1 and 2 here for Lachlan Fode. Leo Matsuo looking for his first out of his top of the third, and it's popped up. Shallow right field, but Luke Brown screaming in and making the catch. Calling off Daniel Goodsall and Ash Roberts, who are on the back pedal.
This is first out of this
no top
chance,
of third. No, not as quick as he used to be.
Not as quick as his old man.
So it'll bring out Richie Ward. Wore one in the back in his previous at-bat. What's been some of your fondest memories of watching Daniel play throughout the years?
Obviously the participation that he gets in. He loves the game. He absolutely loves it. Obviously when he was younger he progressed through the grades, but he was always a small kid. You wouldn't believe it now, but always a small kid and a little bit off the pace. Never made any rep teams, so to speak. But obviously he built himself up, worked on his skills, so it makes you proud, gives you a sense of proudness that he's developed the way he has. Now he's coaching young kids. It's the next step, isn't it?
Ground ball to Ash Roberts. Little short toss to the covering Matsuo over at first. Bit of pitchers fielding there, so 2 outs. That one off the bat of Richie Ward. Will go down as a 3-1 over at first base. Second out on this top of the 4th inning. Yeah, so Goody's taken up a role with one of the all-star teams for the Eagles. He's also a very big mentor within the club with a lot of the younger players. I'm pretty sure they're getting a lot out of him.
Yeah, I guess they would, mate, because he's got the experience. So that's what you need. That's what the club thrives on. Older players passing it down to the new generation, so to speak. Like we've got Brian Murphy sitting over there on the left. He's a legend of the club.
Michael Marginson lifts that ball up into foul territory over towards the Manly bullpen. Zach Murphy warming up. Looks like he's going to get a chance to come out and throw maybe in the next inning. Yeah, so Daniel, definitely one of the leaders both in the clubhouse and the dugout and on the field as that ball's chopped onto the plate, but it does bounce foul. So there's plenty to learn for those younger kids, especially this year. We've had a lot of the under-18s come in and play second grade and first grade.
I noticed that. Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah, I noticed that. Like they play 2 games in one day.
Yep.
It's good.
Yeah, it was a change in the rules this year where 3 players from your under-18 could start under-18, then start either second grade or first grade. And it was to give them extra at-bats, extra experience and extra player time, because it's those kids that are looking to go to the colleges and looking to get signed by professional leagues overseas, and there was definitely a need for them to get extra at-bats every week. So I think it's been a very positive addition to the conditions of this competition.
I think so. Yeah, it looks good to see young kids playing in the higher grades. And they've definitely got the skill level. So
Definitely.
yeah,
They're all working hard, training 2-3 times a week.
Yep.
Because that's what they're going to be doing when they do go over there. They're going to be playing a lot. They're going to be training a lot. So if they can get conditioned to it over here, they'll be ready to hit the ground running. Yeah, Matsuo gets the ground ball to Trent Nickel, but it gets under Trent's glove, and there will be no play on Michael Margerson at first base, and it is going to drive in Dylan Clark. So the leadoff walk coming back to hurt Leo Matsuo, and the Blacktown workers are on the scoreboard. More than likely be charged an error to Trent Nickel at third base. Just not able to get his glove to the ground. And I'll bring up the designated hitter, Stefan Simic. Walked in the third inning. Leo Matsuo looking to get out of this without any further damage. And the ground ball to Daniel Goodsell. Pick up on the run. Quick toss over to first. And that'll end the fourth inning. Or the top of the fourth. The Eagles will be looking to come back and get that run back. Goodsell Senior, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks
for making the trek down.
I love what you're doing here. It's fantastic. Keep up the good work. Next year's another year.
Very much so. We'll be all very much better on all aspects. Not just on the field, but off the field with the live stream. We look forward to you joining us on your couch next season.
Absolutely, mate. Thanks.
Senior. And after the top of the fourth inning, the Eagles 2-1. Ollie, got to put the 1 on the scoreboard. We've got to run on that error. So the Eagles will be coming up, get that run back and a little bit extra when we come back in the bottom of the fourth.
Thanks, mate.
done, I then want to start doing stats.
You've got nothing to do.
Always love creating myself work.
I'll get on the screen, mate. She's
Yeah. I don't know how far back she has.
Yeah.
But I know she's got a lot of stuff in the library.
So she does
Down
that,
at
whatever
Manly.
that spreadsheet is, she will have that.
Okay. Yeah.
So she can put that in the screen anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'll get those. So I'll try and get it. And then we're going to get everything up on the website. We'll probably have it done during the off season.
Yep.
Sort of send our website guy. He said we can get it pretty quickly. Create something and then so once I kind of get the games, Daniel's harassing. I'm pretty sure it's 400. Get the official. Yeah, well, that's the kind of thing. But it'd be good to know kind of where it was when we saw over 400.
Well, it's good to know they can play 2 games, 3 games a week again.
Yeah, that's right. You play 5 games a weekend.
Yeah, I know.
Play 5 games a week. Not all. Yeah, it does. I might come out of retirement to try and play some 50 games. I came out of retirement to hit 100 games with the Ferrets.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Put myself in, off the bench. I'll do. Yeah, so that's my little off-season project. I'll probably have that knocked over in the next couple of weeks. And let's get 82 to, 82 to today knocked over, and then trying to go back to day one. Got to be games played.
Oh, we're back. Oh, just temporary cover.
Oh, there you go, 3 and 3. Can we get the cameras on? Get the cameras on.
That's the best angle I got.
Fully joking.
You've ever made it to the left so we get back.
Rubber will be down in a minute.
Worst benches cleared ever. Straight up just said.
I thought he was joking.
Yeah, same. Why is it frozen there? Frozen
Take your block, mate. Take your block. Go on, get in your block. Number 7 keeps popping off, Lou. Number 7 keeps popping off. Get ready.
Not super frozen. Yep. I don't know.
Is it the white card?
Well, we're still using like that's and jumping around. It's still fine, but it's just not picking up the fucking magic. I might. Oh, there you go. Oh, okay. There we go. So it's just, I think it's just tired.
Still frozen?
Yeah, downstairs.
fucking scream. Yeah.
Yeah, wait, it comes back.
So a couple of quick outs to start this one. A couple of ground balls. Daniel Goodsell getting hit in the elbow for the third time today. And a couple of people taking exception to it, causing a little bit of a commotion as that ball is bounced in the dirt. Just had a bit of a technical glitch on the feed, so we do apologise. It's Manly batting with 2 out here in the bottom of the 4th. Never a dull moment on the last day of the baseball season. Both teams out of the playoff race. Daniel Goodsell now standing at second after that wild pitch. And Ash Roberts striking out. So after 4 complete on the Procar Automotive scoreboard, Manly Eagles lead 2-1.
But Corner does talk on there. Got the second test too long. Yeah, but I probably haven't spoken since. Yeah, I'm fine.
So Andrew Erickson leading off the top of the 5th inning for the Workers. He's ahead quickly, 2 balls and no strikes. Two and one now for Erickson. Correction, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Foul ball there, keeping this at bat alive. Erickson with a fly ball to centre field and reached on the fielder's choice. Another foul off the bat of Erickson, going deep into this count. Gets a little check swing. Roller back to the mound. Matsuo comes in, picks it up, throws it over to Roberts at first, and that'll be the first out on the 4th inning. I'll bring up the left fielder Atsuki Okamoto. Struck out and walked in his 2 at-bats. Fouls that one off Leo Matsuo for strike 1. Matsuo out for his 5th inning of work. Looks like Zach Murphy is ready to go. He's just having a short toss with Tom Butler on the side, keeping himself warm for when Chris Corey gives him the go-ahead. And that is down for ball 2 on Okamoto. 2 balls and 1 strike. Two and 2 now. And there is strike 3 down the middle. Atsuki Okamoto smiling at that one. Knows he missed it. And that is the second out in the top of the 5th inning. Third strikeout on the day for Matsuo. And he gets Christopher Bridge started with a swing and miss. And pitch just missing outside for ball 1. Even the count up at 1 ball and 1 strike. And called on the check swing by Phil Choi down at first base. So a ball and 2 strikes for Leo Matsuo. 1 pitch away from getting the Manly bats back in action. That pitch down and in, even the count up, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Matsuo not able to get out. Swing out of the Christopher Bridge at bat there. So that'll load the count up at 3 balls and 2 strikes. And he draws the walk. So it'll be a 2-out walk for Christopher Bridge. Looks like Chris Corey will make his pitching change here. We'll see what happens in this mound visit. Zach Murphy looks like he's coming out of the dugout. Leo doesn't want to come out of the game. Big smiles between pitcher and the coach. But Corey does take the ball from Matsuo. So we will have the pitching change. Zach Murphy will come into the game. 4.2 innings pitched for Leo Matsuo. He leaves the game on 1 out short of being the pitcher of record. It'll be up to Zach Murphy to get the final out of this inning and send us into the bottom of the 5th.
to like boost it on the normal audio, just for us to hear it. But it's coming through the stream fine.
Yeah.
It's just through our headphones.
Yeah, right. You've got the picture graphic up there, but you've got batting stats on the line.
Is it batting set?
Yeah. He's over 4 with the run and RBI award.
No.
It looks like no win, 4 losses, 1 run and RBI.
Oh, nasty. We don't have any other stats. This picture doesn't count.
So Zach Murphy facing Dylan Clark here. Starts him with a ball. A couple of balls now. 2-0 for Dylan Clark. There's a man aboard in the form of Krista Bridge. Now 3-0 for Zach Murphy. Comes back with a strike. And a nice swing and miss there by Dylan Clark from Zach Murphy. So 1 pitch away from getting this inning finished. Zach out of the under 18s team. 4.38 ERA on 12.1 innings pitched. 6 of 9 runs earned off 7 hits. 15 walks and 16 strikeouts. Has appeared in 6 games for the 18s, only one of them as a starter. Has also thrown 1 inning in 2nd grade. And that pitch in the air to centre field. Adam O'Neill moves under it and makes the catch. That'll finish the top of the 5th inning. It'll be Brendan Haythwaite to lead things off with Tom Butler and Luke Brown due up in the bottom of the 5th.
There's an all-in draw. Keep recording but cut the live feed.
So he's hit on a 1-0. TJ. Harrison. Rada.
So pitching change for the Blacktown workers. It's going to be Sam Rada, the lefty, to come on in relief of Jack Gray. And it'll be Brendan Haythwaite leading things off. And he takes the first two pitches he sees from Sam Rada for balls. So 2-0 for Haythwaite. And that pitch straight back at the pitcher off the bat of Haythwaite over to first base for the out. That'll be the first out here in the bottom of the fifth inning. So the book closed on Jack Gray today. 4 innings pitched, 2 hits, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts, 2 runs given up, although none of them were earned. But he will be the pitcher of record should Blacktown not be able to overcome the 2-1 deficit they currently face. Tom Butler into right field, but only as far as Michael Margerson, and Ryder has 2 quick outs. 31.2 innings for Sam, 12 appearances, 4 of them starts, 10 of 25 runs earned off 42 hits, has struck out 33 whilst walking 14. It's going to be a pinch hitter in the form of Mikey Amir. He's going to pinch hit for Kazu Maeda. Mikey hitting 222 in second grade. Takes that pitch up for ball 2. 2-0. 4 for 18 for Amir in his 10 appearances. A couple of them were starts at the start of the season. 2 RBIs. Hitting 375 in 12 starts in under 18s. 12 for 32. 4 runs and 7 RBIs. And he punches that ball into right centre field. Go all the way to the fence. He's going to turn around first, and he will turn it into a stand-up double. The big fella's in with the slide, so he made me look silly. Didn't need the slide at second. Sorry, he's hitting for Luke Brown, not Kazu Maeda. And it's going to be a 2-out double for Mikey Amir into right centre field. And Kazu Maeda bats here. He takes the first pitch for ball 1. And that's going to be lifted into centre field. Andrew Erickson underneath it. And he makes the catch for the 3rd out. So the stand-up double, or the sliding double rather, from Mikey Amir. He's left-stranded. So we'll head to the 6th inning. The Eagles leading 2-1 on the Procar Automotive scoreboard.
they stand at double and gets dirty, doesn't he? Jackass. The defensive change, it'll see Amir go to third base. Trent Nichols move into right field. U18 next year, no. You turned 18 in December, didn't you?
I turned 18 in
Oh, yeah.
Jesse Lindbergh. Oh, yeah, so you
So with the catcher Blake Price to lead things off here in the top of the 6th inning. The Eagles with the 2-1 lead. Zach Murphy remains on the hill. Mikey Amir stays in the game as the third baseman. Trent Nichol moving out to right field to take the position of Luke Brown. Zach Murphy gets a foul out of Price and then a swing and miss. So he's ahead, no balls and 2 strikes. And that pitch falling a little bit short. Blocked by home plate umpire Connor Casey. A pitch missing down from Murphy. Even in the count at 2-2. And that pitch missing outside for ball 3. So these Blacktown batters are working out of 0-2 holes. Manly not able to land the killer punch. And that pitch missing outside for ball 4. So lead off working all the way back from 0-2 to draw the walk. And it's going to be the third straight inning with a lead-off walk for the Blacktown workers. Sorry, third out of the last 4 innings with a lead-off walk. And Lachlan Fode takes ball 1. That pitch down in the dirt for ball 2. So Murphy just struggling with a little bit of location at the moment. Just need to regroup, find his zone. Get himself a nice little ground ball for a double play. Found at that time. Got Fode to foul off the 2-0. 2 balls and a strike. Down in the dirt by Murphy. So Fode ahead. 3 balls and 1 strike. Manly with the slender 1-run lead. Can't afford any extra base runners. Richie Ward waiting on deck. Fode fouling that one off. Filling up the count now. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Fode struck out looking and then flied out to right field. In his 2 at-bats so far. Zach Murphy looking to register the first out of this 6th inning, but he can't. That pitch is up high. And I'll bring up Richie Ward, who will more than likely be asked to bunt here with none out. Move the 2 runners over into scoring position. Instead, it's going to be an infield fly to Daniel Goodsall, and the Eagles are going to get an easy, cheap out. So Murphy able to locate that pitch, get Richie Ward to fly out, and that's the first out here in the top of the 6th inning. Michael Margerison will bat. Takes ball 1 from Murphy. No one warming up for the Eagles. Can I ask Murphy to get out of this? And he lifts that ball into right field, only as far as Trent Nicol. Blake Price tagging up, but he won't have an opportunity to advance. So after walking the first 2 batters, Zach Murphy's regained his composure, and he's got the next 2 hitters to fly out. Interesting that Richie Ward wasn't asked to bunt. May have had a run on the sack fly. Trent Nicol not with the strongest arm. So they'll have to rely on Stefan Simic to find the outfield grass into a gap instead of tie it up in this inning with runners at first and second. Foul straight over our heads. No balls and 2 strikes now for Simic. Walked and grounded out. Big pitch coming up here for Zach Murphy. Wants to keep this game 2-1 in favour of the Manly Eagles. And that pitch down, asking for the check sweep, but they won't get it. That pitch fouled off into foul territory on the right side of the diamond. So another pitch coming for Stefan Simic. So the 1-2 from Murphy, looking for the 3rd out of this inning. Just missing down, even in the count at 2-2, but it's still in his favour. Locating his pitches better now against Simic. Getting a couple of fouls out of him, keeping him guessing. Next pitch coming, and it's going to be over the head of Zorn into left field. Strong pickup by Brendan Haythwaite to throw home, cut off by Amir, and it's going to tie up the ball game. So whilst Richie Ward wasn't asked to bunt, Stefan Simic comes up and drives in the tying run. Brendan Haythwaite, with not the strongest throw out of left field, isn't able to get it home to keep the runner in the form of Blake Price at third. And we have a 2-2 ball game. Lachlan Fode represents the go-ahead run for the Workers at second base. I'll go back to Andrew Erickson to try and knock in Lachlan Fode from second and give Blacktown the lead for the first time this afternoon. Kazu with the check over at first. Ash Roberts not in the vicinity of the base, but in a position to prevent the ball from getting into right field. Simic just able to walk back to the base. So Murphy now missing. 3-0 for Erickson. Flew out to centre field, reached on a fielder's choice and grounded out to the pitcher. And he will draw a 4-pitch walk. So Atsuki Okamoto with the job to do here with loaded bases and 2 out against his former club. Could certainly break some hearts for the Manly Eagles. But he is behind 0-2. Struck out twice and walked. All 3 at bats so far against Leo Matsuo. This is the first time he sees Zach Murphy. Behind 0-2. Murphy 1 pitch away from getting out of the jam. Ball in the dirt. And Suki holding off. Not tempted to swing at it. 1 ball and 2 strikes now for the Workers left fielder. Ball in the dirt, kicks off the shin guard of Maeda, and Lachlan Fode's able to come in and score the go-ahead run for the Workers. So a couple of walks come back to bite the Eagles, and the Workers have taken a 3-2 lead. It's the top of the 6th inning. Man, they're going to have to come up big in the bottom half of the inning if they're going to get the lead back. And there is strike 3, straight down the middle again. Okamoto shaking his head, but he's done enough. Had the at-bat long enough to be able to allow the go-ahead run for the Workers to come in. The Workers now lead 3-2 as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning. So it'll be Adam O'Neill to bat here in the bottom of the 6th inning. The Eagles trailing by a run after a couple of walks. Came back to Horton Zach Murphy in the previous inning. Adam O'Neill, Trent Nicol and Brad Zorn at the top of the order. And Adam takes ball 1 down. Showing bunt, but pulling it away. That pitch inside for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. Three and 0 now for Adam O'Neill as he shows bunt again. Both first grade sides going through their warm-ups on the outskirts of Aquatic Ballpark. Both teams eliminated from playoff contention. And that pitch in for strike 1. Three and 1 now for Adam O'Neill. And he puts that ball on the ground to Dylan Clark. But he's not going to get the throw in time. Dylan Clark was too slow to it. Adam O'Neill runs very well. And he'll be aboard here. He'll represent the tying run. Nobody out for the Eagles. May have pulled up a little lame. I didn't think either player hustled that play out. Adam definitely out of the box fast. But we are going to have a pinch runner. And it's going to be Chris Fenari to come in. Adam's afternoon will be over. There were talks he might have been making an appearance on the mound this afternoon. Maybe he'll be saving it for first grade. But Adam gets aboard to start this 6th inning off for the Eagles. And if they are to take the lead here, it will probably be the end of this 2nd grade game. With the 2 hour and 5 minute time limit fast approaching. But it's going to be Trent Nicol to bat first before we get there. Trent takes strike 1 at the belt. Manly not looking to bunt with Brad Zorn waiting on deck. And the speedy Chris Fenari taking his lead at first. Check over at first base. Fenari's back and down. Interesting decision for Chris Coro now as who he puts into centre field if the Eagles do have to go back out in the top of the 7th. Trent Nicol lifts that one up, but only as far as Michael Margerson. And that'll be the first out of the inning. So back to the top of the lineup for the Eagles in the form of Brad Zorn. Fenari takes off and steals second base. So now he's in scoring position. Brad Zorn with the opportunity to tie this game up. Fouls that one off. Just rolling over towards us. Very experienced Brad Zorn. 1-1 count. High change up from Rada. Fouled off by Zorn. One and two now for Bradley Zorn. Rada looking to add to his tally of 33 strikeouts. Zorn looking to put the ball in the outfield gap. With Chris Finari ready to score from second base. Ball in the dirt. Finari with a running lead. Ready to advance on anything that gets away from the catcher, Blake Price. 2-2 count now for Brad Zorn. Check over at second on Finari. The ball thrown in the shallow centre field, but Andrew Erickson cleans it up. Finari with a little of a balk step, induced Rada to spin and throw. Almost made the error. So the 2-2 to come to Zorn. Fly out, reach on an error and a ground out. And that will load the count. Fill the count up rather. Load the bases, fill the count. So 3-2 from Rada. Daniel Goodsall waiting on deck. Zorny fouling that one off. So another 3-2 pitch coming for Brad Zorn. Drives that ball into what looks to be the gap. Yes, it is. It's going to tie this ball game. Andrew Erickson cleans it up. Big, strong throw into second base. Chris Finari slipped over, rounding third. Wasn't able to score. It's going to be a double to Brad Zorn. Finari not able to score. Not able to tie this ball game up for the Eagles. But Manly now have the winning run at second base. And Daniel Goodsall up to bat. Zorn was thinking two the whole way. Finari just going back to the base, making sure it wasn't going to be a catch, so probably lost a couple of steps there. The shot doesn't pick it up. Chris Finari had to scurry back to third base. Blacktown defense just working out how they're going to play it now with the tying run at third and the go-ahead and more than likely winning run standing at second base in the form of Bradley Zorn. And it's Manly's 3 and 4 hitters, rather 2 and 3 hitters in Daniel Goodsall and Ash Roberts. And they're going to walk Daniel Goodsall. So no official at bat for Goody today. 3 hit by pitches and now a walk. So regardless of anything that happened before, this now puts the double play in order. It's going to be Ash Roberts the bat. Hitting .333 on the season. And he swings at the first pitch curveball from Sam Rada for strike one. Three RBIs on the season. His two biggest RBIs on the season sit on the bases at second and third. Ball one from Sam Rada. He's down in the dirt. 1-1 for Ash Roberts, the Ginger Ninja. Fouls that one off into the on-deck circle. Cleaned up by Brendan Haythwaite. Could he be the man to get it done? Was the hero on Wednesday night. RBI double to tie the game up in the ninth inning. Ash Roberts, 1-2 pitch. Ball down on the ground, soft as the bridge, and it's not going to be in time. It's going to be the tying run. Chris Fenari runs very well, had only sights for the home plate. Gets in there just in time. And Manly have tied this ball game out. So tied it up. There's still only one out. And the winning run is now 90 feet away. Brendan Haythwaite. Can he be the hero twice in one round? Takes the first pitch from Sam Rada for a strike. Minimum job required here. Sacrifice fly should do it. Haythwaite now behind 0-2. But they give you 3 strikes for a reason. This will be another chance for Haythwaite knocking this winning run. But he gets the swing and miss on the outside pitch from Sam Rada. He becomes the second out of the inning. So 3 strikeouts for Haythwaite. It'll bring up Tom Butler with 2 out and loaded bases. The only runner that matters is that in the form of Brad Zorn. Anything through the infield will win it for the Eagles. And first pitch at the belt for Tom Butler. Seen plenty of action in first grade this year. We'll be looking to put that experience into play. The game on the line for the Eagles. That pitch fouled off. So Butler behind 0-2. Tom Butler knocked in the tying runs against Canterbury in an under-18 game just before Christmas. Hopefully he can come up with something similar right here. That ball through the left side. Dylan Clark, pick up, long throw in the dirt. Not able to do it. Brad Zorn scores the winning run. Daniel Goodsall comes in for good measure. Tom Butler is up on second base. And that, ladies and gentlemen, will be this ball game. Connor Casey checks his pocket. And that is the game. Brad Zorn, the winning run off the bat of Tom Butler. The Manly Eagles walking this one off 4-3. And finish the 2019-2020 season with a win. Only half a game out of 4th place in a season of what could have been Tom Butler the hero this afternoon. Soft ground ball to Dylan Clark at shortstop, not able to get it into the glove of Richie Ward at first base, and the Eagles are going to pick up the win here in second grade. 4 very strong innings from Jack Gray, only 2 runs given up, none of which were earned. Couple of walks and 3 strikeouts. Sam Rada came in on relief, just couldn't quite get the last out. Leo Matsuo with 4.2 innings, no hits, 6 walks though. Was costly for the Eagles. 5 strikeouts. Zach Murphy, 1.1 innings pitched, 1 hit, 2 runs. Both of those were charged against Zach with 3 walks and 1 strikeout. For the Eagles, it was Tom Butler, 2 hits. Ash Roberts with a hit, Mikey Amir with the hit, and Adam O'Neill got it started before coming out with what seems to be a lower leg strain. And Blacktown's Stefan Simic with the only hit, but it did tie the ball game and allowed Blacktown to take the lead later in that inning rather. But the Eagles have got it done. They've won this game 4-3 to finish the season. With a 7 win, 6 loss and 1 draw record. They will finish in negative run differential, but they now just sit 2.5 games behind the Ride Hawks in 4th spot. Well, that finishes the second grade coverage. The Eagles 4 defeat the Blacktown Workers 3 on the Procar Automotive scoreboard. We'll be back at about 25 past 2 for our final game of the regular season on the inaugural season of Eagles Baseball Sports Network. We'll see you back soon.
Oh no, I haven't put the game up yet. Second grade tab.